It's midnight, and I'm going to go ahead and straight up start this live stream. In this live stream, I'm actually going to talk about a really awesome tool in Adobe Illustrator called Logo Package Express 2.0. Now, if you're already familiar with this, or if you're not familiar with it, it's an Adobe Illustrator plugin that allows you to quickly export your logos in all different types of file formats, color systems, and it makes it really easy for designers to make and export files quickly, effortlessly, and easily. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about version 2.0, which came out Monday, I think. So we're going to go ahead and just dive into it. So we have the logo here. We have the entire lockup here. So we have the mark, we have the logo type, and we have the tagline. Now I went ahead and most of these are already set up as outlines, except for the tagline here, which is a live type. So I kind of have that kind of set in place there. But if I go ahead and click that, on here is the plugin, and how I got to this, essentially, I'll go ahead and close that out and then let me reopen it so you can see it. I will go to Window and then Extensions, and then go to Logo Package Express 2.0. I just click that there, and I have my dialog box. So I have this here, and this is like really simple to use. I'm going to show you how simple this is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the logo, make sure that it's selected, and go ahead and click Set Logo. All right, there we go. Let me zoom out here a little bit. Now, the first thing that it's going to do is it's going to give us essentially the whole lockup entirely. So it's going to give us the logo lockup here, and so we can see that here. And then you're going to be able to select the mark, you select the mark here, you select the logo type here, you can select the tagline individually. And what's great about that is that as you have these separate elements, you can go back in and you can actually export them, fine tune them, and make sure they look and they function properly. I'm already seeing a few things here when it kind of exported out. They may not be added up or doing exactly what it should have done, but that looks fine for the most part. Zooming in. I might need to change the margins on that. But zooming out here, I'm going to go ahead and just simply select the logo mark. So you can select them individually because it's created outlines out of them. So then now I can select each of these individual elements. Even the type has been converted into outlines for ease. So so first we're going to begin with selecting the logo mark. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click that, select the logo mark. I'm going to set the logo mark there. The logo mark has just been set. Select the logo type. Go ahead and select these, and we'll set that as the logo type. It gives us a nice little preview window, which I really like, so we can actually see what it looks like and making sure that we're selecting all the elements. So just in case we make a mistake, so if I, for example, let's go ahead and we'll undo that real quick. Let's say I make a mistake and I just select that for whatever reason, and I do set logo type, and it's only selecting those elements. So there may be something unique you might want to do with the output, which is fine too. It allows for that. Trash can icon here allows you to go ahead and delete that, so you can go ahead and select the entire set of what's going to be necessary. So we'll go ahead and fix that. And then we have the tagline. We'll go ahead and select the tagline here, and then we'll go ahead and do set tagline. Great, now we have everything set, and look how easy this is. I'm just gonna go ahead and just for time's sake, do make print logos, and we'll go ahead and we'll click that. And look how quickly it populates. It gives us everything that we actually need. And it took like all but 2 seconds to do, right? So go ahead and hide that. So we have here, we have the horizontal logo with tagline. So we have the entire lockup here. We have the logo type here. We have the tagline here. We have another version of the horizontal logo here without the tagline, and we also have the without the tagline as well, the actual logo type. And then we have the logo mark here. So it has everything divided up into these columns, which is really easy. And then here in these the margins, not margins, but the columns, but we have the grid lines here. In this section, the modules here, we'll call them, we have in the full color, we have one color, we have reverse, grayscale, inverted, the Pantone color, inverted Pantone, uncoded, Pantone coded, and Pantone uncoded. So you have your color profiles as well as the different types of lockups that will be necessary for your logos, no matter what you need it for. So this is just a really, really awesome tool. It also has them reversed out as well. And if you don't want all of them here, that's fine. You can this is live, so I can go back through and I can just, let's say I find some that I don't need. Like I said, I don't need this one here. One color tagline, or I don't need the tagline inverted. I can delete that, and as I begin to export it out, here there's a button called Export Print Logos. Now I have a little window here, so we can actually see it, but it's probably going to ask me where I want to put it first. So let's go ahead and do Export Print Logos. And of course, it's going to ask me what I want to name this. We'll just rename this here. So we'll just do Brain Connect. And then I can go ahead and I can choose where it's going to go. So I can go ahead and go into this folder here, or I can just do just for time's sake here. Let's go to the desktop. That's not where I had it. Which is, and then we'll just create a folder, and we'll just call it Brain CT. We'll put that, click that there, and then we'll just click open. Do is I want to make sure that I am in the right one. Brain Connect. Yep. And set this so that we're here. And then we'll from this point, we'll go ahead and export print logos. You can also export web logos as well. It doesn't just have to be print. There's two options. There's the print option that you can export as, and there's actually the web option that you can export as. But we're going to go ahead and just do print options. So go ahead and create logo package. And you can see it exporting all of them here into organized file types. Full color, print, CMYK. Look, it's there. Full color, one color. They're all organized. The tagline in full color in print. You can see CMYK. The reverse tagline, like it's all here. It's all being populated. Now, if you were to do this individually, like try to do it like one by one, it would take a lot longer to do it. You probably have to find a way to automate it. But this makes it the process so much easier to deal with when exporting logos for a client. And this is version 2.0. I actually bought version 1.0 probably a couple of months ago. Actually, no, it was about a year ago, I think, when I got version 1.0. But it's been like just a great tool for just exporting logos. It's fast, it's really easy and really simple to use. And in version 2.0, there's actually more ways that you can actually export it. There's actually more options that you have that you can actually go into and kind of tweak and fine-tune things, naming conventions. You can create the margins on the top, the bottom, the left, and the right side of it if you want to have a much more padding, essentially, around the actual logo. You can make those options. You can change those options and actually have that as part of the output, so you can make sure that everything's consistent across the board. So we have everything here. Everything has already been exported. So we have every single thing that we need for print. Even if I do this for web, you'll also have the web option as well. So you'll have like a print folder for the CMYK, and then you also have a web folder. So you'll have everything that you possibly need. No heavy lifting on your part. You just do this in a few clicks, and it pretty much just does everything via automation. So now I want to go ahead and go into, let me show you just some of the options. See in here, the dialog, congratulations, you're done with your print logos. Okay, cool. So if I were to go ahead and just click make web logos, click that, goes to the cycle again, repopulates it just like that. And then we're not going to do the export, but what I want to do is I want to show you this little icon button here within the panel. If you click that, this is actually where we can actually change some of the settings, right? So if we have these top settings here, we have formats, naming, scale, padding, and color. So we're gonna go ahead and start with formats. You have print file formats, you can change the formats here that you may need. You have web file formats, you can change the ones here that you may need, and these are all by default because these are the ones that are like most commonly used. But for the print file format, it's AI and PDF. Usually JPEG is actually often used in print file formats as well, but PDFs are also much safer. And there's naming there. You can have dashed, underscores, spaces. This is all for the output. You can customize this however you want. Lowercase, capitalized. So if your company that you work with has specific file naming conventions, like if you work at a print shop and they make t-shirts and there's certain ways that they name their files, you can make sure that it's congruent. You know, also save it as a preset, so it's just easier for you to use it across different departments. So that's really awesome too. The folder naming, dashes, underscores, spaces, lowercase, capitalized, the components. Now here's what's cool. You notice how like the components is the name of the actual of these columns in these modules here. So for example, I have horizontal logo for the logo, but if I change that and I say main logo and I press the tab key, you notice that it changes. It ended up changing right here and here. So you can change the tagline, the logo type from horizontal logo type. You can just remove that altogether and tab it, and it will just say logo type. So if you end up, whatever doesn't have the name in there, it'll just use whatever the standard component name here. Do the same thing for color schemes. You can change those as well at your own whim, as well as the context for print and digital, just in case there's something that's unique to your industry. You can use that and change that as well. You can also change the naming for the color gamut. So the CMYK, RGB, Pantone coded, you can change those to however you like at your own whim. Like I said, you can also change the scale. So web scale, you can scale it up or scale it down. Points, picas, inches, millimeters, centimeters, all of that can be changed. The resolution can be changed from 72, 144 to 300. You can also add your own scales as well. So if there are certain scales that you use for certain social media channels, you can create scales based on the channel that's necessary for all of your channels, Facebook, Instagram, your Favicon, all of that, and save it as a preset. So therefore you have like a social media preset. And so you just export all the file sizes that you may need, and it'll do it for you automatically, as well as like the print scales as well. And it's just a really awesome tool. Like I said here, you can change the padding, pixels, points, millimeters, just whatever you like. You can lock it and unlock it. So just in case you want to keep everything consistent, you can do that. Or if there are certain things you may need wider for the padding chain as well. And finally, the color. Coded, uncoded, and there's automatic and manual. There's also inversions you can check out as well for them. So, and then adjusting the color sliders for black and white. So yeah, so that's it. Logo Package Express 2.0. I don't have like a sponsor link or anything like that. I emailed them, and I guess they're gonna get back to me. They have to like look to see whether I have enough followers or whatnot. But I don't know. I'm just doing this because I think it's a really awesome tool, and I think that you guys would definitely benefit from using something like this. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'd look forward to engaging with you. Thanks. Talk to you again soon.